Okay, so let's go over the test 3, which is the no calculator first. So go ahead and look at the test 3, please. On page 1, any questions on the first 3 items? Were you able to solve those 3 answers, those 3 problems? Now be honest, because this is the time when I want to go over this to make sure that you understand that. Everybody okay with number 1?
Yes.
Number 3? Okay, how about number 2? Were you able to do number 2? No? Okay, so let me go over number 2 first. In problem number 2, it says, if x and y is a solution to the equation above, and y is not equal to 0, what is the ratio of x over the y? Well, they're already telling me that the number on the top is the x, the number on the bottom is the y. So therefore, if I try the first problem, A, this is representing the x, and this is representing the y. Now, just because of time restrictions, okay, it seems like 1, the answer is A. So when I substitute A for x for -4 and y to be 3 into the equation, and the equation that I'm using, let me go ahead and use that equation, is 3 parentheses. In place of the x, that's -4. In place of the y, that is 3. The question is that equals to y, which is supposed to be 3? Well, let's just simplify that. -4 and +3. Well, that is -1. Is that equals to 3? No, right? Okay, so A is not the answer. Okay, now let's try B. Okay, if I try B, let me go ahead and erase this. Same thing, but now the x is supposed to be -2 and y is supposed to be 3. So in place of the x, I'm going to put -2. In place of the y, I put a 3. And then I simplify. What is -2 plus 3? Well, that is +1, isn't it? +1. So is that equals to 3? Yes, it is. So therefore, B is the answer. So all you got to do is follow the rule, because they're giving you rules. You know, x over the y means the number on the top is x, the number on the bottom is y. Number 3. In problem number 3, which is this one, it says which order pairs x comma y satisfies the system of the equations above? Well, the same thing here. Now the x is the first number. So x is supposed to represent the first number and y is supposed to represent the second number. When I substitute those numbers into the system of equations, I'm going to substitute it. 1/2 times x is -1 over 12 minus 1/4 of the y, which is -264. The question is that equal to 10? Well, let's simplify this. If it works on the first equation, then we try the second equation. What is half of 112? Half of 112, how much is that? $56. Okay, so it's -56. And now when we simplify negative times negative, that was going to be positive, right? Negative times negative, this negative times this negative is positive. And now 1/4 times -206, divided. Because we're dividing the 4, see, the 4 needs to be divided into 264. How much does 4 goes into 26? Let's do it by parts. How many times 4 goes into 26? 6. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24, right? Remainder is 2, so now is 24. So this is like a 24. How many times does 4 go into 24? Again, 6. Okay, so a 6. Is that equal to 10? What do you think? -56 and +66. Would that be 10? Yes, it is. 10 equals 10. So it works on the first equation. Now let's try it on the second equation. On the second equation, we have 1/8 times the x, which is 112, minus 1/8 times the y, which is -264. And is that equals to 19? Okay, let's divide here again. Okay, so 8 into 11. How many times does it go? 8 into 11. That is 1. And what you can do, you can go ahead and do the division on the side. Okay, so 112 divided by 8. That is 1. What's the remainder? 3. Bring the 2 down. 8 into 32. 4. And that is 32 times, right? 32, subtract from 32 is 0. So that is 14. So this is negative 14 because it's positive times negative is negative. Now what about the next one? Negative times negative, what would that be? That would be positive. And now let's divide 264 by 8 because that's what it means. You know, when you put it over 1, is 1 times 264. 8 times 1 is 8, so you're dividing 264 by 8. So let's divide it. How many times 8 goes into 26? How many times? 3. Okay, so 3 times 8 is 24. Remainder, what's the remainder? 2. Again, 8 into 24 is 3, isn't it? So 3 times 24 is, 3 times 8 is 24, and the remainder is 0. So this is 33. Is that, the question is that equals to 19? Negative 14 and positive 33, would that be 19? Yes, right? So it's 19 equals to 19, which is true. Therefore, the solution, it's A, because that works when you substitute the x and the y, okay? So that was the first page. Any questions on the first page? You're okay? Let's move on now to the next second page.